come with me to stay at Sequoia Lodge in Disneyland Paris, possibly for the final time. Hi everyone, how's life, and welcome back to another one of my videos. So yes, as you can see, I am at Disney Sequoia Lodge in Disneyland Paris. I am here for one night and I thought I would bring you along. It's quite late, around 10 p.m. in case you're interested. So we don't have much left of the evening. I spent most of today in the parks filming loads of Christmas content, which has been amazing, but also I'm rather tired. So I'm excited to be in this room. Now, the room is not what I had originally booked. So I booked this stay months and months ago. I want to say maybe back in January or February when there was an annual pass offer. And the room that I booked for was definitely one with 2 double beds. And as you can see, this room definitely only has 1 double bed. But not only that, the room feels just a little bit more different to the other Sequoia Lodge rooms that I've stayed at before. And I think it's because it's a wheelchair accessible room. I could be wrong. I wasn't told this when I checked in. The only thing I was told actually when I checked in a couple of hours ago was that unfortunately they didn't have the room that I had booked for available. The only room they had available for me was one with only 1 double bed, as well as a shower rather than a bath, and if I would be okay with that. And obviously it's fine for me, but it wasn't until I got to the room that I realized it's not just a room with 1 bed, but also, I believe, a wheelchair accessible room. And I'm going to tell you why I think that. So firstly, as you can see, the hangers here are quite low. So I believe normally in Sequoia Lodge rooms and most Disneyland Paris hotel rooms, they'll have the hangers up there and then the space up there would be a little bit lower. Whereas here, it makes it very easy for people in wheelchairs to easily use them. Whilst we are here, I thought I would also show you the safe that they have, which I'm probably not going to use because I'm only here for a night, but there is one available. And that's the main entrance, by the way. That's the door to the room. And this is where I'm standing. You can see the bed over there, and then here we've got the bathroom. So again, as you can see, the layout of the bathroom is quite different to the other rooms here at Sequoia Lodge. We've got a mirror here, hello, we've got some lights there, and only a couple of them seem to be working. As you can see, 2 of them don't seem to be on, but again, it doesn't matter, I'm only here for a night. You've got your sink, you've got your cute tissue here with the Bambi packaging, and even Disney Sequoia Lodge on the side, very nice. And then yeah, instead of a bathtub, you have a shower, which again is one of the reasons that makes me think that this could be a wheelchair accessible room, because they've also got a seat there, which you can sit on when you're having your shower. And then in terms of the shower, you've got 1 shower head over here, and it's one of the adjustable ones. You've got pretty plain, boring curtains. I do feel like the other Sequoia Lodge hotel rooms have at least some design on their curtains. But yeah, I mean, it does the job, and it's spacious enough for people to be able to get in with their wheelchairs if they need to. And then I imagine this is also somewhere that you are able to sit if you would like to. And that is more or less it for the bathroom. Nothing too exciting. The room is also on the ground floor and one of the closest to the reception, which again, I imagine is to make it easier for people in wheelchairs to come and go. But we are back in the main area of the room. There you go. It feels a little bit smaller than, again, any of the other rooms I've stayed at before at Sequoia Lodge. And I'm wondering if it's just because of the fact that it's only 1 bed instead of 2. I think that probably is why, because generally speaking, in Disneyland Paris hotel rooms, even if you stay in a room that has just 1 bed rather than the 2, the bed will be a king-size bed rather than just your standard double bed. And that means that the room size will still be around the same size as one with 2 double beds in it, if that makes sense. Whereas this just as a room feels significantly smaller than, like I said, any of the other rooms I've ever stayed at. But also the ceiling feels a little bit higher. And I think that's just because of the fact that, I don't know, we're on the ground floor. It's the closest to the lobby. I'm not really sure. This is all quite new to me, which is why I thought I would film this video as well, so that if you are visiting Sequoia Lodge anytime soon, and if you end up in a room like this, or perhaps you're somebody who needs a room like this, then you can see what the rooms are like. So whilst most of the design of the room is the same as you would typically get in Sequoia Lodge hotel rooms, the bed is just a double bed, and I want to say it's a little bit lower. I mean, I only checked in about an hour and a half ago, so I haven't actually slept on this bed yet. I haven't really used this room too much. And one thing I have noticed, though, is that there's no headboard. So Sequoia Lodge hotel rooms generally do have headboards on their beds. They're like wooden ones, and this bed has nothing. It just seems to be like a mattress and, yeah, nothing on the top bit. literally nothing, which is interesting. I'm not sure if that's for any practical reason or just for the design of these particular rooms. If you happen to use wheelchairs, then please feel free to enlighten me and let me know if, you know, having a headboard helps in any way, or if it's better for beds not to have a headboard for safety and ease reasons. I would love to know. But the mattress itself, I did sit on it earlier. It's still comfortable. It's definitely lower than your regular beds, but it's nice and comfortable. I would imagine the pillows are going to be the same as well than you would get in any of the other hotel rooms. I mean, even that little lamp, well, there's 2 lamps, but unfortunately, again, only one of them works. So I want to say the maintenance of this hotel room hasn't been the greatest, if I'm honest. Again, I've only been here for about an hour and a bit, but my friend Simone was the one who actually noticed that light. I sent her a photo as soon as I got here, and she was like, that light, why is one of them not working? And I was like, I don't know. So yeah, again, nothing that I'm worried about because I'm only here for one night and I'm just happy to be staying on Disney property. But anyway, as well as the bed, you have also got this little sofa, which honestly doesn't look the greatest, but I would imagine that this also turns into a bed, a single bed by the looks of it. You've got your little rack for suitcases, etc. You've got your telephone, your remote control. Have we got anything in there? Nope. Empty, just for some storage purposes. One of my favorite details of Sequoia Lodge hotel rooms are the wallpapers that they have. Bambi themed, very cute. You've got Flower over there, Bambi, Thumper, and it goes round and round. Very nice. You have also got your standard Sequoia Lodge hotel room artwork of Bambi, Flower, and Thumper, and it's a very nice one. They do have aircon in this room, which is nice and convenient. And then here you've got the TV. As you can see, quite a small TV. Not that I use television or TVs when I go to hotel rooms anyway, but these rooms are definitely dated, and not just this one. I mean, all the rooms here at Sequoia Lodge, and that's actually something that I wanted to bring up in this video, and probably one of the main reasons that I decided to stay in this hotel for potentially the last time. And by that, I don't mean Sequoia Lodge is going anywhere, don't worry. Sequoia Lodge is a very popular hotel with Disneyland Paris fans, so the hotel itself is staying. However, Disney did announce earlier this year that the rooms at Disney Sequoia Lodge will be going under a major refurbishment process starting from 2026. So we don't know exactly when yet, but at the time of filming this, it's November of 2025. So we've only got about a month or so until the year ends. So as far as we know, from the start of 2026, they might start the renovation process in some of the rooms, and they look really cool. I'm going to show you some concept art right now. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below as to what you guys think, but in my opinion, the concept art for the new rooms at Sequoia Lodge look pretty good and very well needed. I mean, I understand the love that people have for these very outdated rooms. What's nice about these rooms is that they feel cozy, like the carpet on the floor, the design of it with the leaves, you know, the design of the curtains over there, the wallpaper, all of this does have a bit of a 90s vibe, but it also does genuinely feel dated. And there are some practical things in these rooms that can be quite frustrating in 2025. So for instance, they only have like 2 plugs in the entire room, and they're in very awkward positions. So there's one over there at the very entrance, so right by the door when you come in, which really is pointless because you can't really, you know, charge your phone there or anything. They do also have one here, which I have unplugged because the kettle or the coffee making machine was connected to it, and I don't really need that. I just needed somewhere to plug my stuff, so I've put it there. And I think there might be another one underneath, underneath the table over there, which as you can see is connected to this lamp. So really only about 3 plugs in the entire room, which is nothing, really nothing, especially in 2025 when everybody has phones and smartphones and iPads and iWatches and just so many things that people need to charge overnight. So yeah, you can really tell that this room needs an update. So I'm very excited about the renovation process, and I'm truly not going to even miss these rooms, even though I've had some wonderful times here. Some, you know, historical moments have happened in rooms like this for me. I'm still ready for a change, and I'm really much looking forward to the future of the rooms here at Sequoia Lodge. And I believe the hallways outside will also be changing. But anyway, I did mention that we're on the ground floor, so I wanted to quickly show you a little bit of a view that we have. It is dark, so you can't really see too well with the reflection of the room, but yeah, you can see that's the entrance of Sequoia Lodge. You can actually see people coming out. So I said we're on the ground floor, but it's actually technically the first floor. It's the same floor as the lobby, the reception when you first come in. Seriously, look at these curtains though. I'm not sure what these are. I really don't know, but again, the maintenance of these rooms, I wouldn't say is the best, to be honest. And I think it's just because of the fact that these have been around for a long time. Anyway, you do have a couple of chairs here with the Acorn logo on them. Very nice. The other chair I've used to put my suitcase on. You've also got this table over here, some cups, your ice bucket. They give you a couple of bottles of water on your first night of checking in. And then in here, which is very nice, Disney Sequoia Lodge, you have some information as well as this lovely looking Disney Sequoia Lodge postcard, which you are free to take home with you, a guest survey, and then some information about the room. This area I've kind of already shown you. So you've got your TV, you've got your coffee making machine, your kettle, and some cups. Lavazza is the official sponsor of Disneyland Paris, so you are going to get a lot of Lavazza coffee in here. You've got some more storage space over here, and then I think this is, oh, I was completely wrong. I thought this was going to be the fridge or cooler, but I think it's just extra bedding perhaps. Yeah, we don't really need that. This is my room number, by the way, room number 2187 in the south wing on the second floor, as they call it. And like I said, it's the closest room to the reception, which is very nice and convenient. They do, of course, also give you a map when you check in, traveler's guide as they like to call it, which is really lovely actually. I like how Disneyland Paris hotels have got all their maps themed depending on which hotel you stay at. But yeah, look at this, so autumnal, and I love the sketches of Bambi over there. It goes with the vibes of the hotel. And yeah, some more information about the hotel in here. Look at that. So cute. Now, because of the fact that Disney wasn't able to give me the original room that I had booked for, they were kind enough to offer me a couple of options instead. So bless her, the cast member downstairs, her name was, I believe, Matilda. Initially, she was like, you know, what are you doing this evening? Would you like dinner? I'm guessing she wanted to offer me a free dinner, perhaps at Hunter's Grill, which is one of my favorite buffets. However, I had already eaten and I just knew that I wouldn't be able to eat anymore, so I politely declined that. Then she was like, what about breakfast tomorrow? And tomorrow morning I'm planning to go to the parks very early to try and meet Stitch, Christmas Stitch, because his line gets very long, so I'm probably not even going to have breakfast until much later in the day. So again, I was like, no, it's okay, don't worry about it. And then she was like, oh, fast passes, I can give you and your whole party fast passes for tomorrow, like 3 per person. And that, again, very kind gesture. But firstly, I'm here on my own tonight, so I don't really need multiple fast passes. But also, tomorrow's my last day on this particular trip, and I'm planning on mainly covering Christmas stuff, so I probably won't need to go on rides. So again, I declined that, and then eventually she gave me a couple of gift cards, so 40 euros altogether, which is amazing, very kind. And I'm probably going to go to the gift shop maybe later tonight or at some point, maybe in the parks. You can use it in most places. She did say there are a couple of venues where you can't use them, but you know, as it says on the thing, it says touch of magic. So shout out to Matilda, the cast member, for making a situation that wasn't even necessarily bad to begin with, just a little bit different to what I'd expected. Really nice. And I do also have to say that when I checked in, which I checked in at around 8:30, 9 p.m. maybe, the cast member said that this is literally the very last room in the entirety of Disney Sequoia Lodge. Mind blown, honestly. They said they've even sold out Golden Forest rooms completely. So a very busy night. Again, I booked this ages and ages ago, back in January or February, and I didn't expect it to be like this. I got it for a really good price as well. So yeah, busy evening, busy night here, busy time actually. The Christmas season can be very busy just generally in Disneyland Paris, and the Sequoia Lodge has such a, you know, cozy Christmassy vibe that a lot of people choose to stay in this hotel, also because of the fact that it's not very expensive. It's also not the lowest of the hotels in terms of the price, so it's kind of somewhere in the middle. It's also somewhere in the middle in terms of how far it is from the parks. It's definitely closer to the parks than, for instance, the Cheyenne or Santa Fe. So yeah, it's a very family-friendly hotel. It also has a pool, which the Cheyenne and Santa Fe don't have. So there's a lot of reasons why people choose to stay at Sequoia Lodge. But yeah, I mean, I think something really good has come out of it, because I now get a chance to show you a room that I believe is for people who use wheelchairs, a room that I obviously would never book purposely myself because I don't need a room like this. But I guess because it was literally the last room and nobody with disabilities had booked this room, it was the only one that they had available, so they gave it to somebody who doesn't have a wheelchair needs, but is still very happy about staying in Sequoia Lodge. But yeah, that's more or less it for the tour of the room. It is rather late and I have to get up very early tomorrow, and I'm already very tired because I've been up early today as well and the day before, and I'm honestly really lacking in sleep because I've been working hard at getting so much footage for the Christmas season. But it's about 10 minutes past 11. The Redwood Bar is open until 1 a.m. I don't know if I'll necessarily go inside, but part of me does kind of want a hot chocolate, and even if I don't go inside, I kind of want to show it to you because of how close we are to the reception anyway. I don't have to get a lift, I don't really have to walk far. I literally come out of my room, and I'm going to show it to you actually. And maybe we'll go to the shop as well. Should we go to the shop? Yeah. Let's go and have a little bit of a wander before I sleep.
One eternity later.
Fun fact, it is actually way past midnight, about 1:45 in the morning, as I have finally decided to leave my room and just take you on a little bit of a wander. So that's my room over there, room number 2187. And I wanted to show you just how close I am to the reception. So these doors automatically open, which scare me every time because I expect to have to open them myself. There are still some people in the lobby because the bar is still open for another 15 minutes. And just to my right is the reception. So that's where you would need to come to do your check-in. You can see it's nicely decorated for the Christmas season at the moment. They've got a couple of Christmas trees over here. And here is the Redwood Bar and Lounge, which is still open, as you can see. In fact, there are a number of guests still chilling inside the lounge. So this place serves obviously drinks, beverages, hot drinks as well if you would like to hot chocolate, as well as a couple of snacks. I've had their club sandwich here before, and it's actually really nice because it's so late and therefore almost empty, at least in this area of the hotel. I thought I would take this opportunity to show you the reception a little bit in more detail. So you can see this is also decorated for the Christmas season, and I'm sorry for the flashing lights. It's not quite as bad in real life. My camera is for some reason showing it a little bit more annoyingly than it actually is. In real life, it's just a lot of really beautiful, sparkly lights that are magical, but I'm going to avoid showing them again in the video just in case. Anyway, walking past the lounge again, one of my favorite lounges slash bars. In fact, I would probably go as far as saying it's my favorite. It's up there with Bleecker Street at the Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel. What I like about the Redwood Bar and Lounge is that it just feels very cozy, and particularly during winter time, the colder months of the year, they sometimes put the fire up, and it's just a really nice atmosphere. There's a reason that a lot of people, I would say, in fact, most Disneyland Paris annual pass holders would probably say that this is their favorite bar, and me included. And here's a quick peek into the lounge. You can kind of see the layout of it. That's the fireplace over there. All the chairs and tables are wooden, but they also have some nice, comfortable sofas like this. And yeah, if you come a little bit earlier, it can be a very nice and lively space. And then, of course, we have the shop over here, which, of course, has already closed. I believe it closed at around 11 p.m. But I wanted to show you the display windows for the Christmas season. So they've got these nice red lights over here. They've got loads and loads of Chip and Dale merch because, of course, Sequoia Lodge has a lot of their theming as well. Oh, this hat looks pretty cool. I have to remember I do have 40 euros to spend, so maybe we'll come and buy the hat later. And by later, I mean tomorrow at some point, perhaps. But yeah, if you hear some people, there's people playing pool. There's a couple of pool tables around that people can play whenever they want to, I would imagine, even at nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. But I'm going to make my way back to my room because I am tired. You can probably tell in my voice. I'm extremely tired and I do need to sleep. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of Sequoia Lodge. I do already have a couple of videos on my channel if you want to see this hotel in more detail. In fact, a couple of years ago, I stayed here during the Christmas season and I did an entire video showing you this hotel during the Christmas season, and I ate at the Redwood Bar and Lounge. It was amazing. So check that out if you're interested. They also have some comfortable looking sofas over here. This is the children's area, which is open during the day, and they've got some little game tables here. And again, it is quite dark right now, but this is the main entrance of this hotel if you're coming here from the park. So you might be able to see the Panorama Magique balloon just behind that tree, and then Rosalie as well. So yeah, if you go that way, you're going to get into Disney Village. So as I mentioned, the walk from Sequoia Lodge to the parks is a maximum of 15 minutes, more like 10 minutes if you're a fast walker. But anyway, let's head back into my room in the south wing, which again is literally only a couple of steps away. So if you were to be going any further up, then you can use these lifts over here. But yeah, oh my god, see, I always forget that these doors automatically open. But there you go. I'm going to be quiet now because I'm in the hallways. It smells lovely in here, by the way. But also, these carpets, like I said in the concept art, they have shown that this is all going to change as well. So it's not just the rooms inside, but Even the wallpapers in the corridors should be changing once the renovation starts. So here's a little goodbye to the plaque over here, 2187, to the decor in this area, because all of this is set to change from 2026 onwards. And again, I personally embrace this change. I am excited to see what they do with this hotel. I feel like it's going to end up looking a little similar to perhaps Wilderness Lodge in Florida, Orlando, but also perhaps the Grand Californian in Disneyland, and both of those are incredible resorts. It could also end up looking a little bit like the Explorers Lodge, which is one of the 3 hotels in Hong Kong Disneyland, and that is a wonderful hotel, by the way. And if you want to see more details on the Explorers Hotel in Hong Kong Disneyland and Hong Kong Disneyland in general, then make sure you subscribe, because my friend Simone and I are actually heading out to Hong Kong late in December. So there's going to be a whole new series coming from Hong Kong Disneyland. It's going to be my 3rd time visiting Hong Kong, and I'm so excited. We're going to be doing in-detail videos from World of Frozen. So literally a couple of months before Frozen opens here in Walt Disney Studios / Disney Adventure World, I'm going to go and get you all the information from their park over there, how it operates over there, the rides, etc., the snacks, so that we can all get ready and excited together for our version of World of Frozen. But as you can see, I'm back in my room and I'm tired and I need to sleep. So I am going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of me, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's free to do so. You can also follow me on Instagram if you want to see even more of me. I want to give a massive shout out to my lovely Patreon members and my YouTube members. You guys are amazing. And without further ado, I'm going to love you and leave you and see you in the next one. Bye bye.